Here we go. Yesterday, guys, we did the volume. Boys. All right. I would like to know, especially from the ERBs, let's take a look at question number 1. All right, let's take a look at question number 1. Everybody with me? All right, let's see how you did. It says, Mrs. Washington, Julia, you girls, we're on number 1 right here. All right, Mrs. Washington has a rain barrel with a radius of 1.25 feet and a volume of 15.9 cubic feet. Find the height of the rain barrel. Now, does everybody know what the rain barrel is? What shape is it? Yeah, it's just a cylinder. Of course it's a cylinder because we've been doing cylinders. All right, so I need everybody, let's say we forgot what the formula for volume of a cylinder is. We can now go and look it up, right? But I really kind of want you concentrating today on just trying to remember the formulas. Everybody hear me? All right, you should try to remember. All right, the volume of a cylinder is V equals pi r squared times h. All right, you definitely need a calculator, so make sure you have your calculator out. Well, you need to tell your parents, and they'll be happy to go grab you a new one, I'm sure. All right, so volume is 15.9. So we put 15.9 in for volume. And then, all right, pi. And the radius is 1.25 squared times the height. So now what I need everybody to do is take out your calculator and tell me what pi times 1.25 squared is. All right, pi times 1.25 squared.
It is 4.9.
So, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Roughly 4.9?
Mm-hmm. I think you got that right. Yeah,
right. Good job. And then I need to solve for height. So I would, what, Colin?
Divide it.
Divide it. Thank you so much.
And then we get 3.2.
4.9. So your height is 3.2 what, Colin? Ooh, nice. 3.2 feet. Hey, 3.2 feet, guys. I'm not going to argue. It's about how you round it. You hear me? All right? So if you're 3.1, 3.2, I'm in good shape. All right? The main thing is, remember now, we're trying to get ready for the little algebra stuff. All right? So you're solving equations, especially one step. All right? Now let's take a look at question number 3. It says at Peter's job, he needs to empty wastebaskets. The cylindrical shaped wastebaskets have a height of 3 feet and a diameter. Uh-oh. The problem here is it says diameter. All right? Peter empties the wastebasket into a dumpster that is shaped like a rectangular prism. If the dumpster is 8 feet wide by 6 feet deep and 5 feet tall, how many waste... All right, now listen to me. Put your hand down. Hey, boys, I need you to listen. Everybody needs to listen. This is a really, really good, important math question. All right, because it helps me understand exactly if you know. There's a book bag up on that back table. I want it off so I can see you guys. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so now, again, guys, this is a really important problem. Really important. Hopefully you spent a little bit of time thinking about it. You might have thought about it and said, well, I'm not 100% sure, and that's okay. All right? So, again, what I want to do, and I'm going to let you help me, all right, a little bit. Just relax for 1 second, though. All right? I want to say that the height of the wastebasket is 3 feet, and the diameter is 1/2, or 1 1/2 feet. So, volume is equal to, again, I want you to write it down, pi r squared h. That's helping you remember the formula. Write it down. All right, so now how do I fill that in?
So, what I did was I converted them into inches. So
I'm not sure. No, just, why are you converting to inches? Everything is in feet. You hear me? My question to you mainly is, how do I find the volume of the wastebasket?
Oh, okay. So, 1.5, right? So do 1.5. Oh, so 1.5 divided by 2 is 3/4. So,
Yes, so he did right off the bat, 1 1/2 is the diameter, so you have to divide by 2.
so that's
All right?
pi
So pi times
3/4
3/4 squared times
36.
times 3. All right, so everybody do that now real quick. Pi times 3/4 squared times 3. And what did you come up with? How much? About 5.3. And then I wanted to make sure you put down cubic feet. Is everybody good with that? All right, 5.3 cubic feet. All right. Now, it says, if the dumpster is 8 feet wide by 6 feet deep by 5 feet tall, all right, what would be that volume? All right, so basically you can visualize, like outside, everybody knows there's a dumpster outside. You're trying to figure out how many waste baskets can I put into the dumpster. Well, in order to figure that out, I have to know what the volume of the dumpster. All right, so how do I find the volume of the dumpster, Will? Yes, sir, very good. So volume would be length times width times height. Very nice work. All right, so the volume of the dumpster was what? 200 and what? Yeah, but I'm going to write this down first. 8 times 6 times 5, which is again 240 cubic feet. Very nice work. Well, I'm going to let you finish it off. So now what do I do? Yes, you do. All right, listen, if you understand that, listen to me now. If you understood that problem, you're really in pretty good shape as far as volume goes. I'm really happy if you knew that. All right, so if you divide now 240 by 5.3, what was that, Will? So about 45.3, right? So if you dump in 45, you'll be safe, correct? But if you dump in 46, it'll be what? Overfilled. That's exactly correct. So 45.3, and we will call them waste baskets. Listen to me, guys. That's a very, very important problem. All right. Now, if for whatever reason you're not sure what I'm saying, I want you to ask me. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Everybody okay? Tell me.
The 3/4, just making sure that's coming from dividing 1
Now, by what?
by 2.
So do that on your calculator. And you can double check your work and see if your speculation is correct. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Got a question? All right. Anybody have any doubts about that? Very, very important. So now we've learned about length, we've learned about area, and we'll learn about volume. All right? Length is units, volume is units squared. I'm sorry, area is units squared, and volume is units cubed. Is everybody okay with that?
Yep.
All right, not bad. Not bad at all. All right. So now what I want to do is we're going to scroll down, and we're now going to talk about the volume of a pyramid, a cone, and a sphere. Bless you. Let me just show you real quick. What do you think number 1 is called? Triangular prism, pyramid. It's a pyramid. What's the difference between a pyramid and a prism? That's right. In other words, a pyramid has one base. A prism has what? 2 bases, right? This pyramid meets at a what we say is a vertex. All right, so bear with me on that. All right, this could be classified as a pyramid, but it's a special type of pyramid. What's that called? Cone. And what's the ball called? Sphere. All right. So now we have a few things I want to write down here for you. All right, the volume of a pyramid is always, listen to me, always this. V equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. 1/3 area of the base times the height. Now, does everybody agree sometimes pyramids have different bases? Like, look at number 1. That pyramid has what type of base? Triangle. Look at number 4. That pyramid has a rectangular base. Is everybody with me on this? All right. So you can have different bases. That's why the formulas are not always the same. All right. Now, question number 1, super important. After you write volume equals 1/3 capital B times capital H, I want you to write down underneath that V equals 1/3. What is the shape of the base again? A triangle. So that would be times 1/2 little b little h times capital H. Now what does little b and little h represent? Base and height of the triangle. Very smart, guys. Very smart. All right. So now let's see if we can do this. V equals 1/3 times 1/2. Now this right here and this right here, there you go. All right, is everybody with me? So that would be 1/3 times 1/2 times 12 times 12. Now what's the height of the pyramid? 17. How do we know? Because it's the perpendicular distance. That's what that means right there. All right, so now do me a favor. Multiply that out for me. Use your calculator. What? Somebody said 408. Is that right?
Yep.
So we're going to say volume is equal to 408 what? What? Inches cubed. Take a look at that. Everybody good?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Now, number 2, I want you to write V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. So V equals 1/3 pi. What's the radius? 1.5. So we're putting in 1.5 squared. What's the height? 3. So volume equals. What do we get? About 7.1. 7.1 what? You don't forget to turn your calculator on before you start pushing the buttons. All right. Now, number 3. I need everybody to put a star by number 3. Number 3, I try to tell kids, doesn't seem that logical. All right, what the formula is. All right. So I'm going to tell you the formula for volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. 4/3 pi r cubed. That is the formula for volume of a sphere. That is the formula for volume of a sphere. So now I need someone to tell me what the radius is. What is the radius? 7. Now, I'm not sure if you know how to type in cubed on your calculator, so I'm going to show you where it is. All right? So let's do this real quick. Volume equals 4/3 times pi times 7 cubed. Now listen, this button right here, look up please. That's a button for raising it to the third power. So you could do caret 3. All right. Now those of you guys also have this. You have a button that's called y to the x or x to the y. So if you want to raise something to the third power, right? If you want to get something to the third power, you would hit that button.
So press 3.
And then press 3. Okay, everybody needs to know that. Double check yourself. Right? Make sure your calculator's on. Thank you, Julia. So I need someone to tell me 4/3 times pi times 7 to the third power. What does that come out to be? So you do 4/3 times pi times 7 cubed. What do we get? 1,436.
That's what I got. Yeah, bro, I got
0.8, and then we would say it's feet cubed. So 1,436.8. Go on, type it in. If you do. All right. Anybody have any issues now with those formulas? Pretty straightforward. All right. So let's. Yeah. So now look. Now we're gonna go. I'm gonna go through all these with you because I just want to double check and make sure you understood me. Number 4. That is called a rectangular pyramid. It's called a rectangular pyramid. The reason why it's called a rectangular pyramid is because the base is a what?
Rectangle.
So I still want you to write this down. V equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. So what's the formula?
Oh, it would be V equals 1/3 and times 38.
Wait a minute. Now, the base is a rectangle, right? So look up here. See this right here, base was a what? Triangle. So I put that in there. So what's the formula for area of a rectangle? What's the formula for area of a rectangle?
Base times height.
Yeah, or length.
Times width.
Yes, length times width. So in this case right here, it'd be LW and then the height. Is everybody with me on this? Now, how did I know length times width again, guys? I'm trying to make sure you understand me. That's the what? That's the area of the base. The base is a rectangle. Does everybody understand that? So now what? V equals. All right, Julian, go ahead. Tell me what numbers am I using?
Oh, using 38,
Right?
11, and 10.
That's correct. Very good. 1/3, 38, or 1/3 times 3.
You put 18.
Yep, I sure did. So 1/3. Wait a minute, I just messed that. Hold up. I just messed that whole thing up. Let me rewrite that. It's 1/3 times 11 times 38 times 10. Sorry about that. 1/3 times 11 times 38 times 10. Bless you. All right. And what does that give me, guys?
1,393.
What is it?
1303.
Repeated? Is that right? Okay. Now, number 5 is called a what? Sphere. So we have to write out that formula again. In this case, volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. What's the radius?
4.5.
4.5. So V equals 4/3 times 4.5. Wow. Times pi times 4.5 cubed. So make sure you type that in properly. 381.7 centimeters cubed. Double check that, please. Is that good? All right. Now, again, hopefully you're understanding what I'm saying about it's not really all that hard, right? If you know the what? If you know the formulas. Now, I'm trying to make it a little less stressful on you. All right. So to make it a little less stressful, I said I would, because we had to skip a week last week because we didn't have school. We had to go ahead and have a quiz on this Friday over all the sections. All right, so because of that, I'm going to go ahead and give you the formulas. All right, so we have a lot of reviewing tomorrow and Thursday. All right, so now number 6. Again, volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. All right, in this case, the base is a what? Circle. So everybody should be able to write V equals 1/3 pi r squared times h.
So everything times h.
Yes, exactly. And the pi r squared comes from the fact that the base is a circle. All right, Abby, tell me what's what here.
W equals 1/3 times pi times 6 to the second power times.
Exactly right. Good job, girl. So type that in for me real quick. Exactly?
Well, it rounds up.
Okay, so 377 meters cubed. Is everybody pretty good with that? Everybody okay? All right, so now let's check out question. I want to see something. Let's check out question number 7. So now, find the volume of a rectangular pyramid. So the rectangular pyramid would look like which one? Number 4. All right, so if you want to look back at the formula there, your volume would simply be V equals 1/3 length times width times height. Now, when you make the substitution, all right, when you make the substitution, 1/3 times 14 times 12 times 9. What did that work out to be? Somebody said 504. Does anybody agree with that?
Yep.
504 cubic feet. All right. Everybody with me on this? All right. Now I want to put a star by number 8. Everybody look at number 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this problem because not all the calculators have the. Hold off. I'm going to. I don't want to do number 8. Cross out.
Great idea.
Cross out number 8. All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead.
X out number 8.
Yeah, you can omit question number 8.
Big red star.
All right. Now, number 9. Here we go. Pay attention now on number 9 because, again, this is a good one because we have to work backwards. All right. It says the volume of a cone. So everybody go back and write down the formula for volume of a cone. V equals what?
1/3.
1/3.
R squared H.
Very good. V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Now look right here. They tell us the volume is what? 408 pi. So you go 408 pi equals 1/3 pi. The radius is 12 squared times h. All right. Now I'm going to save you a little bit of time here, all right? I want to show you something. What? Because it says the volume is 408 pi.
Oh.
All right, now later on what I want to tell you here is that a lot of times when you get to advanced math, you just leave the answer with pi in there.
Okay.
All right, girls, you got to really concentrate now because I'm showing you something a little different. All right, first thing I want to tell you right now is I want everybody to do 12 squared divided by 3. All right, everybody do 12 squared divided by 3 and tell me what that works out to be. So it's 48 times pi times h. Look up, please, now. Make sure you understand this. Is everybody hearing me? Now, listen. If pi is on both sides, try to listen to what I'm saying now. What can I do to the pi's? Just cross them out because we say they divide out. So I can divide out the pi. And so now h is just 408 divided by 48.
8.5.
Does that come out to be 8.5?
Yes, it
So the height would be 8.5. Now what units are we in here? So the height would be 8.5, thank you, inches. Not square inches, not cubic inches. All right, because you're measuring a height. All right, which is a length, which is one dimension. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just go ahead and do number 10. We got time. All right, it says, a cone with a diameter of 3 inches has a height of 4 inches. So again, I'm just going to draw a cone just to see how we're doing. All right. I have a cone that has a diameter of 3 inches. So let's go ahead and mark that from here to here is 3 inches. And it says a height of what? 4 inches. All right. And then it says a 2-inch square pyramid is being designed to hold nearly the same amount of ice cream. What will be the height? All right. So what is the volume? The volume of the cone. 1/3 pi r squared h. Very good.
So it'd be 1.5. V equals 1/3 times pi times 1.5 squared times the height, which is.
All right, that's good. Very good, actually. So please multiply that out now. All right, go ahead and multiply that out. So your volume of that cone,
9.4 inches.
all right, the volume of the cone would be what?
9.4 inches cubed.
Come on, I want everybody, type it in on the calculator.
9.4
All right.
inches.
So we got 9.4 cubic inches. All right. Now the problem is we have a 2-inch square pyramid. So let me design that. Let me show you what that means. So I'm trying to draw a pyramid. With a square base. Let's see how this looks. All right, here we go, guys. Hopefully you can see my square pyramid there. All right. So the square pyramid now, it says a 2-inch square pyramid. So this would be 2 inches. And it says it's being designed to hold nearly the same amount of ice cream. So we want the volume of that to be what? We want the volume of that to be 9.4. So we're going volume is equal to length times width times height. Length times width times height. So if we do that, all right, if we do that, what's the volume of the pyramid that we want it to be? 9.4. So volume 9.4. What's the length? 2. What's the width? What's the height? You're right, we don't know yet. But we do know what 2 times 2 is, which is 4. So I have 9.4 is equal to 4h. And then to solve that, what do I do? Yep, we're just dividing by 4. So your height would be how much? How much? 2.35?
That is currently what I have.
Yep.
All right. So it'd be 2.35. Now don't forget, we're measuring in inches. All right, 2.35 inches. Everybody good with that? All right. So again, I think that was kind of tricky. All right, very tricky. So you learned a couple new formulas. All right, I want you to review that. Your ERBs tonight, I want everybody to try problems 1, 2,
Yes.
That's it.
let's do 1, 2, and 3. All right,
Yes.
everybody try 1, 2, and 3. All right, you got some time in class to try it.
Not
All right, just let's spend a little bit more time. All right, it's a word problem. Give it your best shot.